starting five for both squads: Enriquez, Gomez, Hernandez, Rosaroso, and Reyes, and Ticoju, Romero, Sablan, Batad, and Abarcar. And of course, our officials for our game, John Olivar, Jong Banayat, and Jeff Ablola. This is your FBA, our game, our pride here at Trinity University of Asia Gym. Chicky Reyes here with Dominic Uy. And as mentioned, top of the coverage for those of you who just opened your television sets. Pampanga with an immaculate record of 4-0, and UP, Quezon City UP Fighting Maroons with 2-2.
Right off the bat, UP trying to be aggressive, getting to the basket with that layup, and you can see that UP wants to get their third win in today's ball game. Why? They understand that they have what it takes to be able to beat Pampanga.
So far, so good. The energy level is there. Let's see how the Toplanders will contain that energy. Turnover. On the other side, Fighting Maroons. Oh, heavy traffic, but no problem. No problem for number 22. That's Lionel Ticoju.
Basically, 2 turnovers by Pampanga. Scoring 4 points is UP.
4-0 is our score. 1 minute has gone by in the first chapter. Levy, hard drive, and that's the first 2 points of Pampanga.
Levy Hernandez, really, he's the guy that they want to go to. He is the reigning MVP. He is the guy that is leading all scorers for Pampanga.
Romero, handoff, shot clock down to 11. It's a 3 ball if it goes in. Sablan with that miss, and Pampanga will run again.
Well, you talked about the little funny stories that's happening in the league. Mikey Reyes obviously graduated from UP, now playing on the opposite end. And in last conference, you know, it was a highly emotional basketball game between UP and Pampanga.
You know, for those of you who do not know Mikey Reyes in person, he's actually a funny guy, a good sportscaster himself. But when he sets foot inside the court, totally different Mikey Reyes we're talking about. As Romero scores for UP once more. 6-2 is our score. Quezon City up by 4. Missed by Reyes. Marlon. Extra pass, and Rivera couldn't catch that ball, but they will keep possession with 9 on the shot clock.
Or for Pampanga, it's very important for their big men to be able to hold their own, hold their fort. Not just in terms of getting the rebounds, but also the energy on the defensive end.
Enriquez comes in, replacing Rivera. Meantime, Levy. Shot won't go in. Follow up. Still a miss. Gomez. Third try is good.
Especially against Ticoju, because he's one guy that, you know, really commands a lot of presence inside and attention. You need to be able to push him out of that spot.
But I see Pampanga doing a man-to-man defense here, Dom. They're confident that Gomez could take Ticoju one-on-one. On the runner, the blue shirts. Reyes with the ball. Shot clock down to 15. Oh, long 3. Oh, it's good for Mikey Rosaroso.
Well, so shaky start initially by Pampanga, but finally getting things going for them.
Our score is 7-6 in favor of Pampanga. Sablan with a miss. Blue shirts wanting to run, but they'll call a foul on Pampanga.
Looks like a foul on Enriquez, who just came in, taking out Rivera from that 5.
Another angle here. That long 3 coming from Mikey Rosaroso, a native of Cebu.
High arcing shot by Rosaroso.
All the way from Rodriguez.
I thought all the way from Cebu.
7-6, Pampanga up by 1. Hook shot. Won't go in. Hernandez quickly to Rosaroso. Rosaroso. Hernandez. They swing it to Reyes at the corner. Mike with a fake. Baseline. Extra pass. Oh, unselfish basketball, but Gomez couldn't cash in.
And that's why Pampanga has been so successful, is because of that unselfishness.
Oh, great defense by Gomez, but oh, sorry, miss coming from UP Fighting Maroons. Time down to 6 minutes here in the first quarter. Gomez against Ticoju. Reyes has it. Shot clock reads 11. Marlon. Long 2. Back rim. Enriquez gets the offensive board. You have a fresh, 14 only. Hernandez with a shot. And he'll go to the free throw line.
So Hernandez has 4 of the 6 points for Pampanga. Rather, only 2 of the 7.
Some changes, but before they could come in this game, Pampanga requests for a timeout. They're up by 1, FBA. We'll be right back. Discovering tomorrow's stars today. That's our quest here in FBA. As last conference's MVP, Levy Hernandez on the free throw line. First is good, giving Pampanga a 2-point lead, 8-6. Coach Buds Reyes on your screens. And every time you have an immaculate record, you have a huge X mark on your backbone.
Obviously, all teams want to be the first ones
to hit the target.
Just like the first kiss.
Let's not get into that. I'm sure Direct Mike would be interested to join the conversation. As Tikodju will go to the free throw line, but the whole Pampanga team requesting for an offensive foul. Lionel Tikodju. Not really that hefty of a player,
but obviously you can see the athleticism.
Oh yes.
How long those legs are, and definitely very quick on the court.
By my guess, I think I have a bigger set of legs. But he jumps
but he's not a triathlete like you, my friend.
No, I am just a trying athlete. Tikodju missed the first one. Second one won't go in. So our score remains at 8-6 with Pampanga ahead by 2. Reyes directing traffic. Shot knocked down to 14. Almost a steal. And they'll call a foul on Abarcar, pushing Rosso out of bounds. Second team foul for Quezon City UP Fighting Maroons. It's a nice matchup here. Abarcar.
Well, both of them definitely stocky guards.
Some friendly taps between Rosso and Abarcar. Meantime, Enriquez out to Rosso. Hesitated. Kick out stolen by the UP Fighting Maroons, Lionel. And that's a big basket coming from Ridge Mantua. Tying our game at 8 apiece.
Obviously, that's one of the things that you want to be able to do. Move that basketball, find the open man, and really get your team going. You cannot be relying on 1 or 2 guys all throughout that ball game.
You mentioned that because when Tikodju passed that ball, all the while I thought he'll get it back inside the paint. But it was a patient offense by Quezon City.
And even for Pampanga, you have the reigning MVP, but you don't want to go to him exclusively.
Yes.
You want to get him going early. However, throughout the course of the ball game, you want to be able for the others to come into play, into that system, and get your points from there as well.
And Hernandez escaped that contact with Tikodju. Lionel called for a blocking foul. Shot knocked down to 13. Reyes for 3. Nope. Quezon City on the run. They go to Lionel. Inside.
And that's how you want to defend him. Get to that spot first so that he's shooting basically like a fade away. Even if he's taller, it's actually a much more difficult shot.
Just to alter his shot, right? Just to alter his shot. And I think Pampanga is doing well in making sure that Lionel will not have a good look at the basket.
Well, basically, you don't want to get beat down the floor and beat to the position.
Yes.
When you're playing against someone who's very athletic and tall.
8-all is our count. 4 minutes remaining in the first chapter. Hernandez against Perez. Dipsy-do gets the ball again. Fade away. It's good for the MVP.
Levy Hernandez always on point, meaning always ready to shoot and attack.
10-8 is our score. Toplanders up by 2, and Rosso will be called for that foul against Perez. Coquilla waiting on the sidelines. Another look at this great shot by last conference's MVP, Levy Hernandez. Swish.
It just makes it look so easy, so natural.
With that facial expression, I do that every day from Hernandez. Meantime, QC with the ball. They go inside to Lionel. Tikodju with a spin. Nope.
Once again, they made it difficult for him to make that attempt. That's what you want. Get him off balance, get him off that spin, turning around, make it more difficult.
And Enriquez is just staying home, making sure that he is in front of Ticojo all the time. Inbound. Almost a 5-second violation there. Coquilla with the ball. Fresh legs for Quezon City. And they'll call a foul on Hernandez against Abarcar. Or Abarcar, rather. Fourth team foul on Pampanga. They're hanging on to a 2-point lead.
Pampanga also with a solid coaching staff with assistant coach Eric Gascon, former pro.
While on the other side, you got Mo and Coach Pochuino.
Coach Pochuino just recently awarded a top 30 players who have played for the Alaska Aces.
Oh, wow. Oh, I remember that era. With Bong Hawkins,
Johnny Abarrientos.
Johnny Abarrientos, of course. Inbound, stolen here. Rosaroso losing control. Quezon City on the counter-attack. Perez met by Hernandez. Ticojo couldn't handle the pass, and that's a turnover for Quezon City. Espanola will be coming in, replacing Abarcar.
Abarcar getting a good 8 minutes on the floor.
Mikey Reyes directing traffic against fresh legs Espanola. 3 ball if it goes in, or 2 ball rather. Abelito with a miss. UP Fighting Maroons on the attack. Coquilla. Oh, great move there. Got his own miss but couldn't cash in on the second attempt. So far, Dom, QC is hanging in there.
Well, nobody really taking control of this basketball game so far. You know, Pampanga with 10 points, Quezon City with 8, and nobody really getting into any kind of rhythm. Both teams trying to make it difficult for each other to be able to get into a run, and that's why it's a pretty low-scoring ball game so far.
Pampanga up by 2, 2:20 remaining in quarter number 1. FBA will be right back. Back to action here at the Trinity University of Asia Gym in Quezon City. Levi Hernandez, last conference MVP, and the Pampanga Foton Toplanders going up against the Quezon City UP Fighting Maroons. In the first period, 2:20 remaining. Pampanga with a 2-point lead, and it will remain a 2-point lead with that miss coming from Enriquez.
And we haven't really seen too much of full court pressure.
Nope.
We know that both these teams are pretty young, so they'll have that energy to be able to try and force turnovers and get fast break opportunities.
Now that you mentioned that, this type of defense I'm seeing, it's for our age, not for their age.
Weekend basketball, but
That's right.
Some of the coaches, especially UP, I've seen them play a couple of times, and they like changing things up mid-game. So we'll see if they'll do that in the upcoming quarters.
Good ball movement for Quezon City. Coquilla with a miss. The shots are there. They're not falling in. Just not falling in for UP. Meantime, Rosaroso, step back 3, won't go in. Enriquez, offensive rebound. Hernandez on the left side. Goes straight for the 3. It's good. It's in.
Levi Hernandez now with 8 points in the ball game. 8 out of the 14 points. Definitely will be a marked man, or should be a marked man.
Biggest lead of Pampanga at 6, 14-8. QC with the ball. Espanola, left elbow. The southpaw knocks that jumper.
Abelito was able to force him into going around that play.
Hernandez. Shot clock down to 11. Back rim. Enriquez going after each ball. Meantime, Espanola. Oh, nice pass, and Ticojo scoring uncontested.
And you like how Española's come in from that bench and be able to give those passes and make his teammates available. Even Mantua.
The sign of a true point guard, no? Making sure that everyone gets a fair share of touching that basketball.
Well, the easiest way to frustrate your teammate is not to give him the basketball when he's free.
Now I'm thinking, do I do that? I don't think I do that.
if you don't like your teammate, that's the best thing to do.
Under a minute remaining, chapter number 1. Hernandez. They go to the corner. Habilito. 5 to shoot. From the right side, in and out. And Quezon City UP Fighting Maroons will get another crack at the basket. Layup won't go in. Follow-up is good. And Mantua ties it at 14.
So Mantua, providing quality minutes for UPQC.
Down to 9 seconds. Power play. Habilito gives the lead back to Pampanga. 16 to 14. Now's
the time. Now that Tecoju's sitting down, you need to be able to try and get those points inside the paint and maximize that advantage. Oh, UP that time not knowing that there was not enough time on the clock. Española hearing it from his coaches.
10 minutes. First quarter is over. Pampanga Foton Toplanders 16. Quezon City UP Fighting Maroons 14. 2-point lead for the men in blue under coach Buds Reyes. One more look. Different angle. The MVP, Levi Hernandez. Cold as ice. 3 ball is good. And Pampanga is up by 2, 16 to 14. We'll be right back.